Hello learners, in today's lecture we will discuss cover to reinforcement in RCC. So in this lecture we will discuss why cover is required, what are the guidelines given IS 456 2000 for the cover to reinforcement. Next we will see some of the drawings, how cover is provided in the field. So let us draw a cross section of a beam. So now this is a beam cross section. Now if we provide the reinforcements, well, provide the reinforcements. The reinforcement will be provided upon the tension phase. You provide some reinforcements. Now the cover is from the bottom of the reinforcement to this bottom of the beam. Now this distance, basically, if you will see this distance, this is called cover to reinforcement. The cover. The clear cover, not the effective cover. Effective cover is calculated from the center of the steel. From the center of steel, if you go from here to here, this is called the effective cover. As you know already, this is the effective cover. Now, effective cover is equal to cover plus half of the diameter of the rod. So cover and effective cover. So there is a difference in these two. Now code prescribes the minimum cover to reinforcement, and also it is not only for this tension reinforcement, for all kind of reinforcement. If you have this compression reinforcement here, and also you have this suppose you have this shear reinforcement also provided here. Okay. Now all these distances, this distance, then this distance, all are called the cover. So cover should be maintained everywhere. Wherever you provide the reinforcement, the minimum cover shall be provided. Why you provide the minimum cover? Because as we all know that steel, when come in contact or in exposure with the environment, then there will be rusting, or the there will be deterioration of the steel. Steel will corrode. Corrosion will occur in steel. Once corrosion occur, what will happen? The strength will reduce. That means if you are taking Fe415, so Fe415 means the yield strength of this steel is equal to 415 Newton per millimeter square. Okay. Now if the steel will start corroding, or there will be corrosion of the steel, then this strength will reduce. Once strength reduce means the capacity to resist the loads will reduce by the components, whether it is a beam or a slab or a column, whatever the components of the structure. Once the steel strength will reduce, then the resistance of this component will also reduce, and it may lead towards failure of the structure in a long period. You might have seen these buildings, in some old buildings, even in some new buildings, the bottom of the reinforcement on the slabs is visible. Reinforcements are visible in columns also. This means adequate cover, or the minimum cover, has not been maintained. If it is not maintained, so this problem will arise. So code has prescribed, IS 456 has prescribed the minimum cover to reinforcement. So now you open your code page number. You open your page number of the IS 456 2000, page number 46. In page 46, you see this nominal cover to reinforcement. Now, if you see nominal cover 26.41, it is written nominal cover is the design depth of the concrete cover to all steel reinforcement, including links. I have shown you a link. I have also shown you a. I have shown inside this shear reinforcement inside the building. So if you have the reinforcement, there will be also shear reinforcement. You will find the shear reinforcement here. Okay. Now these links also, if it is the beam, this distance also be minimum cover shall be maintained for links. Links is not only in case of beams, also in columns. You find the ties. The ties provided in columns also there should be minimum cover everywhere. Wherever you provide the steel as a reinforcement or for any kind of reinforcement, there should be minimum cover to all the sites wherever the reinforcement is available. Now it is the dimension in design. So this dimension indicate drawings. In generally you find in any drawings, if you field drawings, it will retain the cover to reinforcement in beams, slabs, footings, columns are 25 millimeter, 15 millimeter, 50 millimeter and 40 millimeter respectively. So the values will be written. What is the cover to reinforcement? You can find the notes on the design notes. You find there are some notes on the drawings. On the general on the right hand side of the drawings, there are some notes where you find what is the grade of concrete to be used for the construction, but the grade of steel to be used in the construction, but the cover to reinforcement for beam, for slab, for column, and for footing will be written on the drawings itself. So if you study, it will find. And it is again, the cover shall not be less than diameter of the bar. In no case, the cover shall not be less than the diameter of the bar. Let me explain what is this. Let us go for a beam. In a beam, the minimum cover to reinforcement is 25 millimeter. Let us say 25 millimeter. But if you are using 32 millimeter size diameter of the bar as a reinforcement in the beam, then the cover should be not less than 32. 25 will not come there. It is 32. That means you are providing more than 32. 35, 40 that you can provide. So this is the minimum diameter of the bar should be considered. So one is the minimum cover prescribed in this code, and second is the diameter of the bar. So it shall not be less than this. It shall not be less than that. So comparing both these things, you will finalize your cover to reinforcement. Now nominal cover to meet durability requirements. So basically these are the concrete should durable, the CC should be durable in the environment. So this basically depends on the exposure conditions that you have been already taught in the earlier. Now, what is the nominal cover to reinforcement? The nominal cover to reinforcement, nominal cover reinforcement, the minimum values for the nominal cover of normal weight aggregate concrete, which should be provided to all reinforcement, including links, depending on the condition of exposure. That I have told you, the condition of exposure is very critical. You have already studied the kind of exposure, that is mild exposure, moderate exposure, severe exposure, extreme condition exposure. So there are various categories of exposure conditions already been in the code. It has been explained. So you have to first find out what is your exposure condition. So suppose you are constructing a building at Rourkela, you are constructing a building at Puri. So the exposure condition will be different, because in Puri there will be a marine environment. So it may be a extreme condition, maybe severe exposure condition. So that you have to decide, or very severe case that will be decided. But in Rourkela you can go for your moderate exposure. Now, however, so all these things for the beams and slabs is given table number 16. So go to the next page of the code, that page number 47. Now in the table 16, you see in the page 47. Now it is written nominal cover to meet durability requirements, clause number 26.4.2. Now already we have discussed that mild exposure, moderate exposure, severe exposure, very severe exposure, and exposure extreme conditions. So these are these conditions have already been explained in the code. You can refer in the first chapter of the code. Now the minimum cover is 20 millimeter for mild exposure, 30 millimeter for moderate. So like that the values are given. So in no case this value shall not be less than this value. These are for the beam and slabs. But again, there are some notes here you see. What is the note written? Suppose your bar size is less than 12 mm. Then this minimum cover can be reduced by 5 mm. Let me explain. Suppose you have a slab. So you might have seen or you know that in slabs, the size of bar size for the reinforcement, for main reinforcement is generally 8 mm or 10 mm, and in some cases you go up to 12 mm. But in case of bridge slabs, it will be maybe 25 mm. But we are discussing about this residential buildings. In case of residential buildings, in some extent also the commercial buildings, they are minimum will give 8 or 10 mm bars and some extent to 12 mm bar. So in your villages, you will see the single story buildings with the RCC roofs, the slab. Generally, we give 8 mm bars. That's sufficient. Now, in that case, if the bar size is less than 12 millimeter, then these values, depending on the exposure conditions, the value will be reduced by 5 millimeter. That means if it's 20, that will be 15. If it's 45, it will be 40. If it's 75, that will be 70. So that's the condition, depending on condition of exposure. Second note, unless specified otherwise, actual concrete cover should not deviate from the nominal requirement by plus 10 millimeter. So you cannot give, for a mild exposure it is 20, so maximum you can give 30. You cannot give 40 or 50 like that way. So maximum deviation is allowed 10 mm. So 75 means you can maximum go up to 85. You cannot provide anything as you like 100 mm, 200 mm or 125 mm as cover. Not possible. So maximum deviation will be plus 10 mm and reduction will be required 5 mm depending on the condition. And the third condition given, where the exposure condition is severe and very severe, reduction of 5 mm may be made where concrete grade is M35 and above. That means if your concrete, generally in the design, you use RCC design, the minimum grade of concrete is M20. So in some case, like in structures of multi-story buildings or maybe bridges or maybe your nuclear power plants, so sometimes you go for this higher grade of concrete. Maybe in water tanks, you go M30 or M35. So if you are going beyond M35 grade of concrete, you are using M35 and above, and the condition of exposure is severe and very severe category, then you can reduce these values. Like in slabs, we have discussed that the values can reduce by 5 millimeter. So further, if you are using M35 or above grade concrete, at the same time the condition is severe and very severe condition, exposure condition, then these nominal cover can be reduced by 5 millimeter. So these are these clear-cut guidelines by the given in the IS 456 or the Indian Standard Code for the concrete. Now there is another table 16A. Table 16A for basically fire resistance. To meet the fire resistance, if you are designing a building as a fire resistant building, if at all the fire will occur, then what should the cover to these reinforcements? Now the fire resistance buildings, it depends on the conditions of the fire resistance categories, fire resistance values, and then the condition for either it is simply supported or continuous. So either the beam, slab, reefs or columns. Reefs means the bottom part of a T section. If you have a what is a reef basically? So if you have seen a T beam, think of a T beam. So in the T beam, this part is called as the this part. This is called the wave or reef. So that is called reef. So reefs and columns. So in all these, depending on the type of structure components you have, and these fire resistance requirement, and also whether simply supported or continuous, the minimum cover will be found here from the table. If you are going for the fire resistance design. Now all these cover to reinforcement given are used for the beam and slab. Now for column it is different. You see next 26.4.2.1 what it says, that for a longitudinal reinforcing bars in columns, nominal cover shall in any case not less than 40. So minimum should be 40, and also or less than the diameter bar. In our case, we have seen either diameter bar or 40, not less than 40, not less than 30. That means you should provide 40. Suppose you are using a 25mm bars in columns. Okay, the bar size is 25mm, but the minimum cover is 40mm. So not less than 40, not less than 25. That means you have to use 40. Okay, but in case of columns of minimum diameter 200mm or under, if say in some cases if you are providing the size of the column is below 200, the bar size also will be, the column main bars will be 10 mm or 12 mm or 8 mm, then the minimum coverage required 25 mm. Generally, if you see the columns in your single story building or multi-story building, the minimum size of diameter bar is 12 mm. For column design, minimum size is 12 mm or more than that, 12, 16, 20, 25, 28, 32, like that. But in some case which is not important, and people put some columns which is not taking more loads, then the size of the columns may be 175mm into 175mm, and rod size is 10mm. In that case, the cover to reinforcement shall be 25mm. So this is the requirement for the columns. And for footings, the minimum size is 50. For footing minimum size shall be 50mm. So now what is see, for columns generally 40mm, for foundation it is 50mm, then for beams and slabs depending on the exposure conditions you have to find the minimum. So generally you can say the minimum cover for slab is for particular exposure, the minimum is 15, because the initial condition is your mild is 20, means 20 minus 5, 15. So minimum 15mm in slabs, 25 in beams, 40mm in columns, and 50mm in foundations or footings. That's the minimum cover to requirement. Now if you go for this fire resistance, we have already discussed. This is given here. For fire resistance, you refer to table 16. For fire, you refer to table 16. So these are the codal provisions for the cover to reinforcement, and the minimum cover shall be maintained. Minimum cover shall be maintained in your in the structure. So let me explain once again for a longitudinal section for beam and slab, so you can understand what you have to do. So let's go for a long. I will show a longitudinal section and I will explain where you have to require all these. Now let us take a longitudinal section of a beam. Okay. Now this is a longitudinal section. So you provide a section like that is continuous. Okay. Continuous section. Okay. Now you are providing how the steel is provided, bottom steel. Suppose you are simply supported. This simply supported beam. Okay. Now you are providing a longitudinal steel like this. Okay. This is the longitudinal. Sorry. This is the longitudinal steel. Okay. Now for this, suppose you have provided some kind of HOST bars, you have provided some. So now this is like this. You have provided like this. Now you see here, you have to provide cover here, okay, and also cover here. This is the cover This is also the cover. Covers minimum cover shall be maintained on all the sides. That's the point of discussion. And if you have a holding bar here, and this is come like this way, also the cover here, this cover, this is cover, bottom cover, top cover, side cover, everywhere you should maintain the minimum cover to reinforcement. If it is a slab, also in slab you will find there are longitudinal steels and transverse steels. So on the sides of all the sides you provide a minimum cover. If it is a footing like this way, suppose you have a footing, if I have footing like this way, column footing. Now here, while providing the steel on the footing, you see it will go like this way. So there will be side cover, here cover, and here cover. So everywhere you should provide the minimum cover. If it is a footing, the minimum should 50, 50, 50. It is beam, it should be 25, 25. It's a slab, it should be 15 and 15. This is for mild exposure conditions. Now, how this cover is provided in the field? In the field, what is be done? When you cast a beam or a column or a slab, so you do the centering and shortening in the field. Centering means you put some ballads or bamboos or wood materials like this way, and or sometimes the steel plates and steel supports for the centerings. Now, these centering and shortening, above which the reinforcement will be provided. Now here the gap of 25 millimeter let to maintain. So you have to make some blocks of 25 millimeter. Of the width is not important, but the height should be minimum 25 millimeter. If you put this kind of blocks, this is not this will be some kind rigid, but if it will be very flexible, then it will be it will fail under the load. It should not cross. It should stand till the casting of this RCC. Till you cast this component of the structure. Now these blocks are made on the site, and these blocks may be of your wood, maybe of this cement concrete, plain concrete available there. You put here and there. Number of bed blocks, okay, will be put at certain spacings so that the minimum cover is maintained throughout the structure. So that is being practiced in the field. If you can visit any of the sites, you can see the blocks have been prepared and put over which the reinforcement is laid. But if you say for columns, what is being done? In columns, you see there will be formworks on the sides. So there will be some kind of arrangement so that it will maintain the minimum cover of 40 millimeter. And again, don't confuse. The minimum cover does not mean that you cannot provide more. But what is the amount more to be provided? We have discussed. In no case the deviation shall be more than 10 mm. If it is 30, you can go up to 40. So not that it is required 30 minimum, you can provide 60. That we have already discussed. So minimum cover shall be maintained for all kind of structural components during construction. So at the end, before conclusion of this lecture, what we discuss what is a cover, how the cover is measured, but the minimum cover decided by the as decided by the Indian Standard Code of Practice, we have to implement in the field. And if you can remember simple, the minimum cover for the mild exposure conditions, for beams it is minimum 25, for slabs it is 15 millimeter, and for columns the minimum cover is 40, and for foundation it is footing for it is 50 millimeter. And unless we give the proper cover, then what will happen, that as we discussed, that the steel or the reinforcement will be exposed to the environment, and in due course there will be corrosion of the steel, there will be deterioration of the steel, and that will reduce the strength, and finally it may lead towards the failure of the structure. So this is regarding all cover to reinforcement.